We talked about choosing extracurriculars. That's so small, right? In the beginning of every school year, you should sit down and have a goal with your child. Like, son, daughter, what do you want to do this year for your schools, right? Last year you were very good at English, math, but science, maybe was struggling. Is that something you want to build on, right? So help your child, whether in school, out of school, at home, with friends. Maybe you have a bad relationship with mom, right? Maybe dad, right? Maybe something we discuss about. How do we improve our relationship together? Right? Do we take more time together? Right? Be very intentional with your time. Right? It keeps purpose involved. Right? Teach delayed gratification, meaning like teach patience. You have to teach suffering. I hate to say this, but it's true. Children need to learn to suffer a little bit, right? We're not like deep suffering, but some suffering, right? You need to teach them that you don't get everything you want right away. You want a new iPad, you want a new AirPod, you want whatever, right? What are you going to do for mom and dad to achieve our goals together for me to give this to you, right? We need to set goals, we need to set time, right? We need to be deliberate. Foster supportive relationships, right? Besides building good relationships with mom and dad, you need to teach and you need to enforce, you need to make them have good relationships with teachers, with friends, with everyone, right? It's actually easier said than done, right? But why? Because those people, one day when you want to do other things, the act of networking, soft skills, those people will help you, right? You want to go into a competition, you want to go to a university, we need a letter of recommendation, right? If you're a bad student, if you're a bad person, people are going to help you, right? We need to teach them those things. This is very important. Teach kids to recognize and name their feelings. I come from a generation where we do not talk about feelings. Men do not cry. Men do not talk about feelings, right? If you're sad, if you're upset, you're going to cry, go outside. That was my generation. That's not the correct way. We need to teach children from an early age, right? When they're upset, when they're angry, right? When they're crying. You need to talk it through with them like an adult. The faster you talk to your children like adults, the faster they will behave like adults. If you talk to your child like a child, they will act like a child. But if you teach them, hey, you're angry, you're upset, talk to mom while you're angry. Talk to mom, oh, you didn't get this, right? But it's an appropriate response. Help them through their feelings. Help them understand their feelings. Help them name their feelings. Because if they don't understand it, they're going to grow up to be an adult who doesn't ever talk about their feelings. And is always upset, it's always holding a term, right? The act of talking about feelings and frustrations helps them become more intellectual, helps them become a better communicator, and helps them better communicate with you. It is very important, right? Other things, teach kids to ask for help. I don't think I need to explain this, right? For me as a mentor, right, I want to empower students. I want them to build a plan. I want them to act. I also want them to know that I'm here, right? I don't want them to suffer alone, right? Be that source of guidance. Whether they ask you for help, whether they ask a friend for help, whether they ask a teacher for help. Asking for help is not only normal, it should be the practice, right? Do not suffer alone, right? Develop a range of coping strategies. This goes through everything from enforcing students to work out, go outside, go for a walk. You're frustrated, you're upset, you lost the spelling bee. Go for a walk, let's talk about it after, right? Don't try to fix problems right away. Go for a strategy, right? Working out is good because you can work out like, super big, but it releases stress. Release the stress physically, everything else will happen. This is super important. Give kids a chance to practice their life skills and fail. Parents, Vietnamese parents, Korean parents, any parents, you are terrified of your students failing in class, failing in extracurricular, failing in competition, failing in university, right? It is important that you let them fail in a measured way. By that I mean develop a plan with them, but let them act. And you have to let them fail within a safety net. If you do not let students fail within K-12, within 18 years old, if they have never experienced a deep failure, when they fail as an adult, you're not going to be here, right? And the first time they fail deeply, and they don't have you, they're not going to know what to do. You need to teach them to fail within their plan. And figure that out. Right? Learning to fail intentionally, is very important, right? And then this one, model gratitude, means learning to say thank you, right? Learning to say thank you, learning to be thankful for where you are at, teaches a lot of gratitude, or it teaches a lot of resilience, right? I know this is not what I want. I know I didn't get my number one goal, right? But I'm grateful for the opportunity. Right? I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to have my parents. I'm grateful to have whatever, right? So for me, even the spelling bee, I hated the spelling bee, right? I hated the spelling bee, but it taught me a lot of useful things. I knew I was going to a good school. I knew my mom cared. I just had to learn how to be thankful for that. Sorry, that's a lot.